Imagine you're in Brazil, in the city of Sao Paulo. You're walking around, enjoying the local vibes, and suddenly you stumble upon a beach. You pull out your binoculars and spot a small but incredibly scenic island in the distance. This is the very same Queimada Grande you've probably heard about more than once during your time in Brazil. Queimada Grande itself is quite small, just 1.5 kilometers long, with an elevation that doesn't exceed 206 meters above sea level, and a total area of only 430,000 square meters. But its main feature is still unknown to you. Today, we're going to talk about all the dangers of Queimada Grande, why going there is a terrible idea, and how you could survive if you ever ended up on that island. But for now, let's go back to the beginning of your journey. You approach a local to ask what that place is, and with fear in his eyes, he tells you it's a really bad idea. You ignore his warning and decide to go there yourself, just to take a quick look for 5 to 10 minutes. Queimada Grande is located 35 kilometers off the coast of Sao Paulo, so it would have taken you just 15 to 20 minutes to reach it. But the weather suddenly turns against you, heavy rain kicks in, killing visibility. Still, you push forward and run into your first problem, sharp rocks surrounding Queimada Grande, which cause your crash and leave you stranded on this uninhabited island. After a while, the weather clears up, and you're struck by the insane beauty around you, lush jungle and a stunning beach. But just a few seconds later, you spot something. Of course it's a snake, but there's no need to panic. It's not venomous, and you just walk right past it. You push a bit deeper into the jungle, and that's when you see it, the golden lancehead. At first, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but then you look around and notice these snakes everywhere, under your feet, behind your back, even up in the trees. They've taken over literally everything. You freeze, your body covered in goosebumps and sweat. And then you remember hearing someone talk about the golden lancehead. This snake is insanely beautiful, but it's got one huge downside. It's extremely venomous. Sure, it's not on the same level as the inland taipan, but trust me, one bite is more than enough to kill a person without a problem. The golden lancehead grows to about 70 to 110 centimeters in length and weighs just a couple of kilos. The good news is, they won't attack you without a reason. You calm down and slowly move away, only to realize these snakes are literally everywhere, every step you take. According to sources, the number of golden lanceheads on Queimada Grande is estimated at around 4,000, with some reports saying it could be as high as 6,000 to 8,000. Things get even worse when you realize you have no idea how to get out of the jungle and back to the beach, where there aren't any snakes, but then you spot a lighthouse in the distance, and hoping to find someone there, you sprint toward it with everything you've got. On your way, you see something shocking. On one of the trees, you spot a bird, and you instantly remember that the golden lancehead is perfectly adapted to living in trees. Suddenly, the snake strikes and kills the poor bird. And here's where things get even more fascinating. Not every snake can kill a bird with its venom. The thing is, after spending so much time isolated on this island, with nothing around except thousands of other golden lanceheads, they adapted and developed venom strong enough to instantly kill birds and stay fed. But how did these snakes even end up on Queimada Grande, and why are there so many of them? Well, there are a few theories. Some people say that Queimada Grande was once part of mainland Brazil, but was separated by a tsunami. Others believe that pirates used the island to hide treasure and brought snakes along to guard it, which then bred uncontrollably. And some blame bananas.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Allegedly, a long time ago, a traveler came to the island carrying bananas and snakes. And the snakes, curious about this new fruit, ended up killing their owner and staying behind. But that's a story for another time. After climbing up the lighthouse, you're horrified to realize it's fully automated. There's no one here. That means you're the only person on the island, completely cut off from the outside world and surrounded by thousands of dangerously venomous snakes. But just as you begin to calm down, you feel something crawling up your leg. You look down. It's a giant cockroach. On Queimada Grande, cockroaches can grow as big as half the size of a grown man's palm. Sure, they won't kill you, but no one wants to be stuck in the only semi-safe place on the island with a bunch of huge bugs crawling around. Now let's imagine none of that happened. After meeting those harmless snakes on the beach, you decided it wasn't worth going deeper into the island. Good for you, smart move, but don't celebrate too soon, because now a cloud of locusts is circling above you. Just like the cockroaches, they're not deadly, but they're definitely not pleasant either. You try to run, but they just follow you for fun. Thankfully, they get tired and fly off, and that's when you spot a small boat in the distance. Finally, your lucky break. People, But hold up, this is yet another threat, poachers. I forgot to mention, the stunning golden lancehead only lives on Queimada Grande, which makes its population incredibly rare and officially endangered. But there's a catch. Some people believe its venom has magical healing properties, even capable of restoring your heart. That's why one snake can sell for up to $10,000 on the black market. So besides the deadly wildlife, you also have to watch out for shady humans, because out here, no one's coming to save you. But let's imagine that somehow you ended up right in the middle of Queimada Grande, and now I'm going to tell you how to survive in these seriously terrifying conditions. It'd be way easier if you ended up somewhere on a beach, but since you're right in the center, your chances of surviving go down, though they're still there. First thing you gotta do is chill out and focus, cause the snake's gonna sense your fear and panic, and it'll attack you fast. But if you try not to freak out and move as quietly as possible, you might be able to sneak by unnoticed. If you're lucky and find a relatively secluded spot with no snakes, don't get too excited, cause the closer you get to the island's center, the more areas you'll find packed with snakes, each one capable of biting and killing you even if you're super careful. Definitely find a stick, cause that's gonna be your only weapon and defense against pissed off snakes. With it, you'll have a way better shot at getting out of the jungle and closer to the beach, where it's a lot calmer. But just remember, besides the golden lancehead, there are other snakes on the island. You really don't need to worry about them though, cause they're pretty much like the golden lancehead but not venomous. On top of these island residents, you gotta keep in mind the huge cockroaches, which can be pretty uncomfortable, especially at night. That same stick might help you with them too. Keep moving quietly toward the beach, staying totally focused and calm. But wait, you're clearly starving. There's almost no food on Queimada Grande, but don't freak out just yet. Sometimes you can spot a bunch of bananas hanging on a tree. That's gonna help you avoid starving, but if you don't get lucky with the bananas, you can always rely on those cockroaches, which are totally safe for humans to eat. It's not the best option, but it's better than starving to death. Also, don't forget about water, and unfortunately, your only option is to wait for rain. Keep pushing at this pace and keep heading toward the beach, and when you finally get there, all you gotta do is wait. Help will come either from tourists passing by the beach or a military ship that shows up once a year to service the lighthouse. But you remember those poachers, or as they're called, bio-pirates, right? And yeah, I already told you what happens after you run into them. And that's all assuming you didn't get bitten by a golden lancehead, or you've got the antidote. If you attracted snakes with your careless moves and there's no doctor or antidote nearby, you're probably gonna die. So even if after this video you still want to visit Queimada Grande, make sure to plan everything out real well and definitely don't go alone. Still, I wouldn't recommend attempting fate and heading to meet thousands of venomous snakes, but, of course, the final choice is up to you. If anyone's been there or wants to go, drop your experience in the comments. Queimada Grande isn't the only place that pulls you in with its beauty and danger. There's also the Amazon, and you can learn more about it here.